Hello, welcome to Airing Out. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jonas.
And this is Jerry, and after much technical kerfuffle, we finally have Streamlabs working. We're coming to you live. It's a little draining. I'm feeling kind of tired because this keeps going wrong, but that's okay. Yeah, we thought we'd just come to you with a little chit chat about all of our technical woes. Yeah.
Our first live airing it out, it seems.
This is our first live airing it out.
We have done other live sessions before, but not an airing out,
we
not
did.
A casual chat.
We did a Metro thing that went out at 480p.
Yes.
We recorded straight to Streamlabs, which went out with the audio 70 milliseconds ahead.
Just slightly off. Which one was that? That was our...
Honestly, I don't know this, but the movie quotes.
Movie quotes, yeah, that was the second movie quotes.
So that's fine, because we recorded it to the Streamlabs, I chucked it in a video editor and adjusted it. This time, because we're live, I have
a delay.
I've put a delay in the Streamlabs of 70 milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that means this audio is all coming out at the exact same time. I realize I can't actually see our audio peaks. There we go.
There you go.
So hopefully that means it all goes up at the right time. If not, I will need to download this video off YouTube, delete this video, render it in a video editor after moving the audios, and upload it again. Which, honestly, is a lot of effort. So yeah, that's what we're about to find out. If this
and we're going to lose all our views, obviously, because you're all subscribed and have the bell icon clicked, so you
join
are
straight away.
It's such a shame. That's why, fingers crossed.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, more it's the technological kerfuffle that I have to go through. So yeah. I don't know if you've been keeping... If you do click the bell key, you know, I've done many test streams, and I jumped on twice at 2 a.m. yesterday to try and get our streams working again. But this should be going up in 1080p.
It should. I mean, yesterday's should have been up in at least 720p.
720p.
You never know. Like I think that's what's most annoying. Like you don't know until afterwards.
So yeah, there's this thing sometimes it processes. I am actually just gonna check real quick. I think.
That's our best friend 4G at the moment, so we can just go on the videos and check them live.
I'm not actually on 4G. Oops.
Whoa.
We are 1080p 6 frames per second.
Hey,
well
to the
done,
yes.
Me. Yeah, I think the stuff's running good.
Yeah.
I don't know. There always seems to be something new every day that goes wrong.
But that keeps us on our toes.
Yeah. You say us. It's me.
Yeah.
You don't deal with any of this stuff.
No, I'm getting all the...
You take the benefit of
That's true.
my stress and pain and tears setting all of this up. Which I think it's nearly done. We've got a couple of things to do. But... It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm feeling a little drained.
One day.
On the subject of draining, though.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to do a double segue there.
Oh, I love it.
What has just arrived from Amazon while we were setting up these streams. It's very exciting. We'll do a live unboxing.
What could it be?
It's my spanner. Because the battery on my car is drained. And so...
We're not sponsored by... That's an actually pretty cool name.
Stanley.
Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley knife. The ones they use to cut carpets. Fun fact, if you're ever getting carpets put in, and someone uses a Stanley knife, they're the ones with like the removable blades.
Oh, yeah.
It should be one cut. Like, you should only ever do one cut with a Stanley knife.
Mm-hmm.
So a good carpet man will go through 2 Stanley blades. For 1, flip the blade over. 2, new blade. 3 and 4, and that's your 4, and that's your carpet. Done.
Okay.
So if he's using it more than that, then he's...
You're going to tell him off. Be like, bro.
It's not a sharp knife. But no, I got this so that I can get the battery back in my car, because that was drained and died. So I got a new one.
Definitely check out the video we did on how we got the new battery, but it's not in the car yet, so...
It's not we left it out, because if there is a drain in the car...
Maybe that's a whole nother video.
Honestly, maybe. I'm sure it'll be very easy. But no, there's like the retaining bolt or whatever, and the battery that I just can't put in by hand, obviously. So we're going to chuck that on. Um,
Well, that's good though
That'll be
because that's
fun.
small enough to actually fit in.
get in and
Yeah.
give it on. Yeah, it was horribly difficult.
Mm.
So I ended up calling the RAC to come out and go "Pshh," and just take it off. And I was kind of like, "Thank you." And he's like, "We don't do this." I was like, "You just
You
did."
just did. Yeah. Don't lie to me.
So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm kind of dreading it a little bit because the way things have been going, it's kind of like two things go right, one thing goes wrong. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping that it's one of the things that goes right. So I was kind of aiming for like by Friday everything.
Maybe we can just force something to go wrong so that's not gonna be it.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, so tomorrow we've got our nice big 8 TB hard drive that we got that we were boasting about broke. In fairness, it was broken from
yeah.
launch, but we just didn't know. Like, stuff went wrong with the PC about
Yeah.
a week after that, and I was kind of like, I have no idea. Yeah, the guys that got my PC off, Chill Blast, I cannot recommend them enough. They've been so good, and we got that hard drive, obviously, completely separate, got on Amazon.
We should get a sponsor from them because then we could like wholeheartedly.
I honestly,
Say
even
how
without
good
a sponsorship, like, it is, yeah, okay, you pay a premium to get it made. I got my PC built, but like,
But you would get that everywhere, and
oh, you're paying a premium anywhere, yeah,
get
unless
it
you
built.
build it yourself.
Yeah.
But the customer support they've got is insane. So they spent hours on the phone trying to help me sort through so many issues that just aren't to do with them. That was me buying my own hard drive that didn't work, and yeah, they fixed it for that, and they're really friendly. Yeah. So that was good. So the replacement's arriving tomorrow. I'm hoping it is completely fine. In fairness, I think the last guy, he did like, so obviously everyone's like leaving stuff on the stairs now. So the guy kind of like chucked the drive on the stairs, which is like the kind of thing you don't want to throw.
Nope.
So hopefully we get a better delivery guy tomorrow, because that's probably what it was, just issues in transit.
Maybe we'll just have to stand by the window to see when he arrives, and then actually just
run out and be
open
like,
the door and be like, "Don't drop it."
I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, it's just giving them more, like, that happens enough, and Amazon's like, why do they keep breaking?
Yeah.
Like, because it can tell you exactly what's wrong with the drives. There was, like, 8 errors on the disk itself.
Yeah.
They're, like, writes to. So it is just a case of, like, yeah, that's been bashed.
Hmm.
You know, like,
I mean, if
it
you
tells
remember,
you exactly what's wrong.
if you remember my package, what was it? The RAM.
Yeah.
Like the box. It wasn't just the packaging box, but actually
the box for the RAM was, like, crumbled on the side.
It was
And
like, that must have been crushed. Like, it was probably something bigger that crushed the package.
yeah, something
in
must have,
that
like,
case.
hit it, or it being kicked or not.
But you do wonder sometimes, like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's the other thing I thought just then. RAM crash package. Oh, the audio. Yeah, I hope the audio's in sync, because if that goes wrong, that's kind of a bit of a... We've already talked about that, I think, though.
Yeah.
Long day.
Second segue.
Second segue. Draining.
I think I know where this is going.
Take it away.
Is this about the film that we just watched the other day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You will probably know by the title of this video.
Yes, that's true. It's like, because I'm not, like, some people seem to think I'm the kind of person that avoids bad movies, and that's not true. I watch mainly good films, because I like watching good films, obviously, but if something's hilariously bad...
The thing is, it really depends on your definition of bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. So, like, stuff like, I mean, I could argue King Arthur, but definitely stuff like Green Lantern. I don't put myself above that. There is an element of just, like, cheesy fun.
I thoroughly enjoy that film.
And in fact, we watched Aladdin the other day, and it made me want to watch Prince of Persia, which isn't a good movie, but I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fun. I could argue Revenge of the Sith isn't actually that good a film, but I love it. Like, I'm not above saying that. You know, like, I can fairly enjoy a film that isn't technically brilliant. But Fantastic was worse than bad, for it was just mediocre.
Yeah.
It's just bland.
I don't know.
There's nothing.
Throughout the entire film, it is just one soup of nothing special.
Ooh.
And it's just like, it's not even, I mean, nothing special in any respect. Like, it's
nothing.
okay. It's like, it's good CG. It's nothing.
It's nothing mind blowing. But like,
the characters are like fine, but
they're all characters that I think you would be like, oh, you know, you would probably say, this guy's really good, and these ones are like okay.
Yeah.
You know, but they're all just okay.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I think the problem is that they literally don't develop anything with their characters, so they all start off where I'm like, okay, but where is it taking them? You know, where's the growth? Where is, I don't know, the development? And it just doesn't happen. And it's also not special in how bad it is. Like if you say The Room, obviously, is a huge.
Yeah.
There's a huge hype just because it is so extremely bad that it is special again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
But even like cheesy camp bad, so like Transformers, maybe some of the later ones, but they're
Or
still
like
like fun.
A bad action movie, but like you
The
get
action's
the action,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, like there's something
you're there
there.
for that.
Whereas this, like the CG battles that took place are all CG, were in bland environments, nothing special at all.
Yeah,
The
no
characters
proper
you
fights.
don't care about. The dialogue is nothing special. Like it's fairly expositional.
I think that
There's just nothing. It tries to cram in like 3 different plots
Yeah,
at once.
exactly.
So
They
it's got
try
them
to
as
do
like
something.
kids,
yeah.
them becoming scientists and actually making the dimension hopping device,
Mm-hmm.
and then them facing off against the big bad villain of the entire franchise.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't do all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I mean, you could if you added at least half an hour more to the movie.
The film's
it's like
short.
a 1 hour 40 minutes.
it's 140. Yeah.
Which is pretty short for that kind of genre, especially nowadays.
I
and
think you could easily squeeze out 2 hours. I'm glad they didn't, but
Yeah, that's true. No, but at least you might have had some development because they're like, okay, what will we do with that extra time?
the first 20 minutes were honestly fine.
Absolutely
Like
fine.
the potential was there for it to get better, whereas after a point you're kind of like, this is not gonna happen.
But like, even if it didn't get significantly better, but at least just kept that. Oh, I'm not minding this.
Oh yeah.
But
I
then
think yeah, it would be definitely be a thing. Like I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna watch that again.
Yeah.
But
that's okay. That is certainly better than what it is.
yeah. Well, this is the thing, because I was actually disappointed because we were having a bit of a crapper of a day. I don't know, a lot of stuff had gone wrong that day in terms of tech stuff, and I was like, I just want to watch something fun. We've not managed to get our video out because all the stuff we tried to do had gone wrong. So we're like, let's just do like a watch along. It'll be good fun.
Yeah.
We'll do something that will hopefully give us a good laugh. So then it's a good viewing experience for you guys.
Some reactions of it.
Because this is the thing, if we're reacting well, then it makes for a good video, but it also means we're watching a good film. Because I'm definitely not a person that's ever going to fake anything. Like, I'm sure if you go back and like our Band of Brothers retrospective, I'm like tired in that video, and you can tell. And there's a couple that we filmed while I was ill 4 weeks ago now. It must have been start of May.
Probably.
And if you watch that, I look like I got a temperature, and that's fair because I do. You know, I'm rocking like 39.5 degrees, and I'm sitting there like.
That's why we're streaming as well, because it's live.
Yeah.
Live.
So that's definitely like I'm not gonna fake a reaction.
No.
So we want to watch something that was actually going to be a good laugh. And it just wasn't. I just kind of disappointed. Like it was. It's just.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a little frustrated and disappointed because there is definitely a lot of points where they could have taken it somewhere. I think if they just leave out that whole Dr. Doom or whatever.
Yeah.
Van Doom.
Dr.
Guy,
Van Doom.
You know, if you just put that aside and make a film about them growing into their new
I would also
Fantastic
get rid
Four.
of all of the like military stuff. I think that could be a whole film on its own.
Yeah.
Like them being used for the military.
Yeah.
Make that like they become the Fantastic Four and then they get used by the government.
Yeah.
Do that in a sequel.
In a sequel.
Like if I was writing that, I would cut out that entire bit.
Okay.
Then,
so you'd have them as kids, then becoming scientists, them going to another dimension, coming back with their powers, and then
something else.
Something else?
Yeah, face off against something.
Something.
And that's where the government realizes they've got potential. They form the Fantastic Four, cut, next film.
Interesting.
Because then it's not feeling like you're trying to like set up all these different things. Because like none of them get fleshed out. So yeah, I think it'd be a pretty underwhelming start to the franchise. But I think you could also be pretty coy and not market it as Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Like obviously
it could just be like teen superpower.
Teen, not even superpower, just teen scientist, like a teen comedy drama.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
fair.
why I do it. And then only like hour and 20 into the film, when they go to the dimension, they get their powers, and you're like, huh.
Oh, that could be cool if they come back and their powers don't immediately show.
Yeah,
They're just like,
yeah.
what's happening? And then at some, I mean, with Mr. Rock guy, it's kind of difficult. But like, I mean,
no, but even if they do show instantly, and you're kind of like,
but they're so uncontrolled that.
Yeah, and then that's actually just them getting used to their powers.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually the kind of government comes along and is like, you guys have some potential. Like, so they kind of take off their own mantle of superheroes individually.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Especially like the Thing being like, shy and embarrassed probably.
Yeah. Because that would be somewhat similar to like Iron Man, because he does build his first suit. Like, he gets his powers in that sense. And then you have a whole lot of something in between before you actually get like the final battle of like him using those powers in a very effective.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, 100%. That's how I'd write it, and then end it with them becoming the Fantastic Four for the government, and then have the whole second film be like them struggling with the death count that they're building up.
With the morale of that.
Yeah. That'd be how I'd do it, and not market the first one as a Fantastic Four film in the slightest, because it's not like that's a marketable franchise anyway, obviously, because none of them make any money. So you can just make it whatever.
That's just, if anyone comes up, like if I were a producer in Hollywood and someone would come like, we're gonna do another Fantastic Four movie, give us your money, I would be like, how about no?
But this is the thing, that costs like what, 140 million, 130 million, I think.
That's not little though.
But this is the thing, if you don't have it Fantastic Four film, they get their powers right at the end, you're not spending thousands, millions on CG. You don't need to. So you can make the film way cheaper.
Yeah.
If it flops and no one watches it, it doesn't matter. You'll probably make a return.
Yeah.
Put some big marks like Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan. So you've still got the star power behind it. But you're not spending all that money on fancy CG, which is where it goes.
But they didn't even have that much in terms of how long of CG sequences. Like,
I don't know though. If you think all the powers are CG, all the other world is CG.
Yeah.
A lot of the rooms are CG as well. Like just the lab. Like when they're looking out at the end, you're like, they're looking at nothing. Apart from the really closed off military spaces, I think the whole thing's outside.
That must be the sets as well.
Yeah, and everything with the Thing in it is. I mean, he looks good.
Yeah.
To be fair, like he's looking. Yeah. Really well done. So
also,
that's
the one monkey they show.
Look
alright.
Yeah, it looked fine. I just use a real monkey if I'm quite honest. I think.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
It's
not that hard. To
get. All that fancy green energy. That's tons of lighting. That.
Oh, and some.
I just don't think I'd go over
dumb moments.
Yeah, that's
honestly,
what I do.
It was. I think that's exactly where it stopped being okay, is them going into the machine to fly to the next dimension, or the other dimension, and as soon as they landed, that's when this
is the thing, I get, like, back. Drunk scientists, they do make the good point of, like, people remember Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, but not the people that made the space shuttle, so they're like, yeah, we're drunk,
that
we're gonna go for
is
it.
Completely
okay. And then they're like, let's go check out the energy field, and you're like, nah. Like...
Yeah.
No, that just shouldn't. That's where you're kind of like, this is stupid now. These people are meant to be some of the smartest in the world.
Yeah. Now you're actually like, we know why you shouldn't be.
You put the flag down. Worse than that, when you put the flag down, there's this huge energy ripple, and you're like, oh yeah, let's go down this cliff. Let's
go check that out.
There was just no need for that, but okay. And then obviously Victor Von Doom's whole motivations is skewed. It's like, oh, I'll kill the world because. I don't like it. Weak at best.
He's a very early 2000 kind of like grumpy teenager.
Yeah, he's just he's not really fleshed out at all.
No.
And
that's, I don't know, like a bad antagonist makes for a terribly not engaging story.
Yeah, I mean, you think about every good story it's got. Even if if you think of like Lord of the Rings, even you got like Sauron, which isn't the most active antagonist ever.
Yeah.
But you do have like Saruman kicking in the background, and also Sauron is like this huge threat, which is just enough. That they don't need to be present.
Yeah, I mean he's present in The Ring.
Yeah.
He's present in so many other forms that it is okay for him to be.
Whereas you think about like, you've got Star Wars with Darth Vader and. even
Emperor.
Voldemort and the Emperor and
Say the Joker and the
the
Dark
Joker,
Knight.
Dark Knight. That's the
Of course.
But like, you don't need it to be like a present villain,
Ah,
but you need them to have something, a motivation,
Mm.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just disappointed. It wasn't even like, I would say, the thing I would most liken it to was like a bad Netflix movie, like a Netflix original film that they've scooped up from some studio that doesn't want it, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Was it a
Cool.
Netflix original?
No.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I know, because like in terms of Netflix originals, I think like it just always has a feel of they're doing enough to get views
Yeah.
because they know people who have Netflix will probably watch that,
Yeah.
and they it's not bad enough for people to hate it.
Yeah.
And so you will still get the views, but they haven't put in the effort to spend a lot of money or like to
Market.
yeah. So it's like
Well, I
it's
think, like,
just
even-
in that margin of like okay enough, and that's
Yeah.
super annoying because then you get so much okay stuff out there. That's
But we have talked about this before. I have a higher requirement to enjoy a film.
Yeah.
It seems between the two of us.
mhm.
And so like our watch list, so we share a Netflix on the TV in the living room.
Mm.
And you add a lot more stuff to the watch list than I do, and a lot of it I just straight up go, no, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
But I think like it's always interesting when you see like what's popular in the UK,
Yeah.
and it's like a bunch of crap. You know, like it's all just throwaway nonsense. Even like Extraction, which we did watch because enough people talked about it.
Hmm.
Like it's fine.
I do wonder if that is just Netflix doing its thing though, because that's
I don't know. When you hear about what people are talking about, it does sound like people are actually just watching that. Or like Triple Frontier, which we watched, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Pretty throwaway, but like to be the biggest film in the country, no. Like
Was it? On
on
Netflix?
Netflix?
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
it came out, everyone watched it and was
That's
like,
insane.
"Oh, it was okay."
I guess it is also with people just or like Netflix having a limited library. When something new comes out, everyone will watch that.
There's a few things that I've looked for. So like if you scroll through the things that Netflix recommends you,
Uh-huh.
which we sometimes spend a good hour and a half doing,
Sure, just to
looking
actually
for something
know.
to watch. No, but we're like, oh, let's watch a film, and then I'll spend a good amount of time going through all of Netflix and
Just
Prime's
the-
library, and you're just like, there's nothing.
The home
But then
screen
if you
stuff.
think, actually, I want to watch this, and if you search for it, and you're like, oh, it's there this whole time.
Hmm.
You know, and it just never recommends it, and I feel like the algorithm must be better than that. When you think about YouTube, you can quite happily click on, like, your home page, and there's something that's of interest to you that you've not seen.
Yeah, I think they're not very good at catering to you as a person. Like they always have their what's new, what's trending,
Which is the same.
newly released, and like a lot of films
Yeah.
are the same. And then they have their critically acclaimed and best TV shows, US best TV
Yeah,
shows,
per
whatever.
country. And then,
Um,
like, action and adventure,
Yeah,
horror, comedy. And, like, I feel like if it was
and then
me in
top picks
control of
for
the
you.
system, I would never have a repeat
Ah.
on that front page. There should be no films. Because if you go in, like, what's new, popular,
Uh huh.
and, like, action movies, there's usually...
Yeah.
Some films can be in all three lists.
Yeah.
Which is just insane.
And a lot more like recommended for you. I think they can
Yeah.
split that up into like recommended for you your action films, because we know you've watched X, Y, and Z action films. Recommended for you dramas.
Yeah,
or,
and
like,
stop recommending films that I've watched.
yes.
Like, it's half of them I'm like, I've seen it. And not even just seen it, I've seen it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, you know
They-
I've seen
they
it.
know, yeah.
You know, and if there's films that you've gone out your way to rewatch like 3 times, maybe you should recommend that. Or even just like a little button that you can press to be like, no, I'm not interested in this. So like, I will never watch the theatrical cut of Lord of the Rings on Netflix. I don't need that recommended to me. I have the extended edition DVDs. I'm never going to touch the theatrical
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be nice.
Yeah, so you can just go, not interested. And it goes, boop. And then it's like, okay, he's not interested in these. And maybe he's not interested. Like, I'm never going to watch a sitcom on Netflix. I don't want them recommended. I don't want them on my home feed. I definitely don't want them as high as they are. And it's
Yeah.
like, US sitcoms for you. I'm like, have I watched any? No.
No.
Why is it there?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that'd be so cool if it were customizable like that, because then you could literally.
but YouTube allows that. So
Yeah.
you can just right click a video and say not interested. So if you have whatever, a makeup
I mean,
tutorial video,
even
I'm like, no,
Facebook
I'm
has
sorry,
a-
that's not for me.
Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
don't show this message again, or like don't put posts like these on my
Yeah.
feed.
I think especially now, like, because obviously Netflix got, I feel like, lucky, because there was Netflix and Love Film. They were the only two
Uh-huh.
competitors back in the day. Love Film got bought by Amazon,
Mm.
and there was this weird time where Amazon had Prime and Love Film, and that just allowed Netflix to take over the digital market.
Uh-huh.
And I think they kind of got complacent. They're like, everyone's got a Netflix account. It's cheap enough that everyone has one.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely their strategy to
Yeah.
make it cheap so everyone would buy into it and is now sticking with it.
But this is the thing. Now, Prime Video comes with a Prime thing, which gives you... I mean, I needed to get a spanner today to put a battery in my car. Ordered it yesterday at 1 o'clock in the morning. No problem. You know, you've got Disney Plus, which has its own flaws, but is more expensive, and people are buying it. You've got
Yeah,
Now
because-
TV, which is the Sky one, which
Mm.
gets all the new films. Like,
Yeah.
there's issues.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Disney is for that specific stuff, which is like fine
Yeah.
because they have bought enough.
Yeah, they bought enough. I feel like if Disney hadn't bought Fox, actually, I feel like they'd struggle.
They would.
Because there are a lot of things that you kind of go, oh, that's on Disney Plus. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind,
I mean,
guess.
it's just like the odd film that is not
Yeah.
Disney Pixar.
Yeah, I don't like how they also go like, oh, we've got Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar and Disney films. Like, they're all Disney films. We know you own them all. Like,
Some people might not.
but also
But
the thing
that's
is,
on
for me,
them.
is their tone across the board. There's the odd exception,
Mm.
but it's pretty much the same. So apart from maybe Deadpool and Deadpool 2 and Logan,
Yeah,
the only films I can think of that don't fit in that kind of
that don't
child-friendly,
feel like they're
like a Disney film. And even the old X-Men films, which aren't, I think, definitely fit into that thing. There's a
Mm.
couple more moral themes that in like X2 that are chucked out, but apart from that, I'm like, if you were like, yeah, that's made by Disney, I'd be like, okay.
Okay, yeah,
I definitely wouldn't doubt it. So
I doubt it.
I just think it's a kind of weird marketing strategy.
Then all the Phoenix films, Dark Phoenix films,
Yeah.
have been made by Disney.
No.
They're made by Disney, yeah.
No, they came out before. That was actually part of the hilariously. So what is it? Is it called Dark Phoenix? The latest
The
X-Men
latest
film?
one, yeah.
So that got made after Disney did the takeover, but that was part of their like by agreement that they had to finish it, and apparently Disney put no money into it. After what Fox paid, they were like, let's just get it out. Because obviously Apocalypse was crap. The one before that was crap.
Days of Future Past?
That was fine.
That's fine.
Was there not one between? Or is there only 3 of the new kids?
Yeah, because it was First Class, Days of Future Past, then Apocalypse, then
Really?
Logan, then Dark Phoenix.
Oh, I thought there was another one in there.
No, that
The
was
X-Men
a
films
trilogy.
are a mess. But yeah, Dark Phoenix, they were just like, get out.
I
Get it
mean,
done.
yeah.
I mean, no, Sophie Turner is not the most talented actress in the world. And then to do a plot line that was in X3, which is not the best X-Men film in the world.
No,
It's already been done.
definitely has problems.
No, I definitely, like, after Apocalypse, I was
Oh,
like, I'm happy to
man.
let this franchise pass me
No,
by.
and especially like it is such a weird. I don't know. I don't even want to. I mean, we both haven't seen the film.
Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
I don't even know when it came out.
Okay.
This time last year, maybe?
I don't know. But it's in that sense, it's also like a story, part of the plot, which is entirely convoluted in X-Men, anyways. But like that just shouldn't exist because literally the film that came out before, well, no, 2 if you count Logan, but in Apocalypse, she already has the whole like unleashing the Phoenix
Phoenix
power,
thing.
and
She
then
already
you have
does
an
it.
entire movie that's exactly that moment, and you're like, guys, did you just not watch the last movie?
Yeah, I mean, even, like, we were actually talking about this yesterday, I feel like, but they've messed up the whole timeline for the X-Men franchise.
Yeah, but to be like, this is the climax.
Of the last film,
Of the last
let's flesh
film.
it out more.
Not even flesh it out, but let's
What,
just
they
like.
might. They might.
But
This thing, we've not seen it.
no, I
It
think
might be a
it's
continuation.
No,
Is it not?
I think it's said after, and
Yeah.
it's about her unleashing her
The
powers
Phoenix.
again, and you're like, she has done it.
Yeah. I
don't-
honestly, nothing about that film interests me in the slightest.
Hmm.
Um,
I do want. I mean, the one trailer shot where like the helicopter goes like mental.
I'm not even sure I've seen the trailer.
That's cool.
Like, I think it's like was it New Mutants, the TV show?
Oh,
Yeah, I was just like, I don't need to see that. I don't know if it's out or
is
not.
there New Mutants?
I think it's called New Mutants.
Inhumans? No.
No,
that's a different
Inhumans
one.
was another TV show that just
That is
got,
Disney.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't originally. It got bought.
Okay.
But apparently it's terrible. New Mutants, I think, is in development hell. As far as I'm aware. But like,
is that supposed to be an X-Men film or okay,
yeah.
or like series? Interesting.
No, I just have no. I don't know. Like the franchise was cool. I grew up with
No,
it, but
and I
like
think especially after Logan, I was like, that is a very good.
that's
ending.
a good ending. Yeah, and
Like-
also it's one of the best superhero films ever.
Yeah.
Definitely put it up there, just behind Dark Knight. Wow.
Ooh.
Upstairs is having a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave a like if you heard that.
I don't know if I tried to catch the mic. I don't know if
Honestly.
I caught it. That was loud though.
No, that's a brilliant film.
Logan's excellent. Yeah, truly excellent. And it's kind of a shame to muddy the franchise further, I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they definitely split it up, and it's like as soon as they had the prequel trilogy, it was like
I felt the Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy stuff was really good.
Yeah?
I thoroughly enjoyed those two. First Class is a great film.
First Class
Although,
is good.
in movie news, the director of Logan is doing Indiana Jones 5.
Because everyone was waiting for that.
I mean, honestly, so part of it was Harrison Ford's contract, if he came back to do episode 7 Star Wars, was that they make another Indiana Jones film. But I don't see why they wouldn't do it anyway. Like, there's definitely money there.
Yeah.
Especially, like, so, not that we've watched it yet. I've seen it, but you've not. Blade Runner.
Yes.
Didn't make any money, but in terms of continuing the vision of Blade Runner, it was excellent, and Harrison Ford came back for that, and it was... it's quite interesting that they expected to make anything, so that budget for 2049 was high.
Uh-huh.
But the first Blade Runner didn't make any money in the cinemas. It's got a cult following,
Yeah.
and they
No,
made a
s-
film that's, I think, over 3 hours long. That's a complete continuation of the first film. Like, if you haven't seen the first film, you're going to be completely lost. The first film came out in a kind of era where the people probably have kids that are not old enough to take to the cinema
Yeah.
to see it, but like, or old enough to get it. So like, but not young. So like, our generation probably haven't seen Blade Runner for the most part, I would say,
Yeah,
unless they're
probably.
like into films. So definitely, like, it just hits that weird spot of like, you're probably marketing to people that can't go with their kids and aren't at an age where they're gonna
Have
ditch the
seen-
kids to watch it on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
But I
surprised it
think
didn't make
it's-
any money.
It's definitely not a film that is mainstream or targeting that.
But
so.
Got a mainstream budget. And
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, mainstream marketing. You go, oh yeah, I'll watch that. It's 3.5 hours long. Might give that one a miss.
Yeah,
you know, I saw it in
absolutely,
cinemas. I'm glad I
absolutely.
did, but I wasn't surprised when it was like, oh, it's struggling to recover its budget. You kind of go, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Harrison Ford, I gotta say. Like, I don't think he can do a lot. I know he doesn't do a lot for
That's
me as an actor,
true.
you know?
But there's quite a lot of actors that do the same thing in every film.
That's
and
true.
Do it incredibly well.
Yeah. No, but
Um,
like, what he does, I recognize that
You've
he...
not seen all the Indiana Jones films, though, have you?
I couldn't say, because if I have, then it is such a long time ago.
See, this is the thing. So for me, like, I grew up on, obviously, the original Star Wars trilogy and
Uh-huh.
the original Indiana
Yeah.
Jones trilogy. And, I mean, they're like 2 of the 3 franchises I
So
grew up
you're-
with.
Investment in the franchise and the films, therefore the characters, or
Yeah,
are you
but
actually invested in,
Not Harrison Ford as an actor.
or like Han Solo as a character?
I like Han Solo as a character. Yeah, I was upset when he died.
Mm-hmm.
He should have died in episode 5, but everyone knows that, including Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But no, I think he plays that charismatic, likable hero very well. He's not too Arnold Schwarzenegger-y. He came obviously just off the back of the whole Predator and Commando era, where you've got like Sylvester Stallone and all these huge muscly guys. He's a bit more realistic as a hero. And I think that shows. Like, he's not flawless in any of his films, of those ones. You know, he kind of bumbles his way through, but with an amount of skill that is believable.
Okay.
No,
Interesting.
I think he has character, and he's really good in Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really different character, and
This I cannot say.
this, yeah, I feel like you've
That's
not
a
seen.
shame.
How many Harrison Ford films have you seen?
I don't know.
If you've seen episode 7 of Star Wars and Indiana
I've
Jones
seen
4, you've probably got a bad
Yeah.
opinion of him.
No, I mean I've seen all the Star Wars, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a loss regarding Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, that was definitely the other thing that I
Yeah.
saw him in.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
what to say.
I definitely should watch. I am interested in Blade Runner.
Yeah, no, it's on our list. He's
Yeah.
good in it. I mean, definitely in his older age, he started to stop caring
Mm-hmm.
because he just wanted to fly planes. But why not?
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
but I also think if someone said to you, "We'll pay you $50 million to appear in this movie,"
Honestly, yeah, I think
yeah,
I'm not sure with the contract of like if he's in the Star Wars, he will also get a Indiana Jones. Do you think Disney wanted that deal, or do you think he wanted?
he asked
that?
for that
Okay, that's
because
so
he
smart.
apparently he really likes playing Indiana Jones.
Okay,
And is kind of done with Han Solo for the last 40 years.
Yeah,
I
I get that.
So you like, because he wanted to die at the end of 5, which is
Mhm.
why
Was that the carbon freeze?
carbon
Yeah.
freezing, which is why in 6 he kind of doesn't do anything because he
Mhm.
didn't really want to be there. Even George Lucas has said, yeah, it probably would have been the better decision.
Yeah.
But hey ho. He also didn't intend Luke and Leia to be siblings.
What are you gonna do?
Whereas Indiana Jones, he has a lot more fun with.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think I would have more fun being Indiana
and it's
Jones
also there's a
than-
lot less CG. Not for excluding, but like you get given some guns, a leather jacket, and get to shoot at Nazis.
Yeah.
What's not to
on
love?
practical sets. You know, you get to go.
Yeah,
to
yeah. They
places
go.
as
Here's a
well.
gun with some blanks in it. Go to Jordan and shoot people. You're like,
Yeah.
yes, please.
That's
This
pretty
sounds like
cool.
great fun. So I think to relive that, it sounds way more appealing than we're
Yeah.
gonna film it on this huge TV set thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're in the Falcon. He's like, I don't care.
I don't care. I've been in the Falcon so many days.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Honestly,
I
they'd
see
probably spend weeks just in the cockpit or like in the Falcon. That must be super annoying.
I mean, episode 5 is kind of where the whole film's set, nearly.
Yeah, that's true. Imagine Matrix. Imagine shooting something like Matrix.
Matrix. If you're a crew member on the Nebuchadnezzar,
Yeah.
but you never.
God damn it.
You'd be like, "Where'd you film it in this box?"
Mm.
No, I think he obviously enjoys it more. Like, even in 4, he seemed like he was having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it was a good movie is not true, but you know,
Hmm.
I think he was a good enough actor for that age. I don't think there's many. Like, it's not like Michael Caine has any range anymore.
Anymore.
That's the thing. Like, for 70 plus, I think you
Uh-huh.
you become old
Uh-huh.
man.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, or even like Morgan Freeman is an actor who I don't really like.
But like Morgan Freeman is also, he just joined so late.
Yeah, but also like
That-
I mean, it's the first film I saw him in was Bruce Almighty, I think.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had that association with being God,
Yeah.
right? But then everything I see him in, he's that kind of all-knowing overlooker person.
Yeah.
You know, like in Shawshank Redemption, he's doing the exact same thing pretty much. He's just
Mm.
the benevolent friend who's.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, sure, he does it very well, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he's got any Oscars. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have any. 'Cause he just seems like he's being himself the whole time. Yeah. Or I guess on the other end of the spectrum, Ryan Reynolds is a very funny person.
Oh,
who
yeah.
always plays very funny characters. Even in Green Lantern, he's charming.
Yes.
You know, like or X-Men Origins.
I would say he's funny.
Charming. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Well, in Origins, he's not necessarily charming. He's an asshole.
Yeah, but in a funny way.
In a funny way, yeah. He's definitely there for comedic effect.
Yeah, and I think like he doesn't
Yeah.
have much range on him, but he does that very well.
Mm. That's true. Yeah, I don't know if I... Ooh, boy.
A lot of cracks.
Yeah. That's true. I also don't know how much I can criticize in terms of like, oh yeah, because I can do it. You know, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Sure. Do you have any range?
I don't know. Do I? I mean, just the
I
other
haven't
day you were
seen
like,
you
I've
act.
seen like almost everything.
I said I've seen a lot of your films, which is
Yeah.
true. But I don't think there's obviously a divide between when you were a child and later.
Mm-hmm.
I think your character in Play and Tatort is fairly similar in terms of how they are. Obviously, it's difficult for me because all your characters speak German.
That's true. Huh.
But in terms of mannerisms, you're very similar. And also very different to how you are in real life, which is the interesting thing. But all
That
your
might be,
characters are very stilted.
Stilted?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Like a little bit, I think it'd be irritating to be friends with your characters.
Oh, I mean in Tatort? Yeah, for sure.
They're all just a bit like, oh, and that's you.
Okay.
You know, I obviously can't speak German. But like, yeah, you're always just a bit kind of like, you're there, your hands are down by your side, just like,
Yeah.
I'm on my internship, this is great fun. Or, oh, you've nicked my headset, sure, great, whatever. They're the two films I've seen with you, like, as an adult.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But you are just a bit
Yeah?
not
No,
there. And I think that works for the characters, and especially in Tatort, that was a really good episode. The one
Mm.
where he's like the main character.
In that one episode, that's true.
But not that you can watch them anywhere, because German TV scheduling is bizarre. I still don't understand, they just disappear.
Yeah, well, I mean, they put them online. Well, they air on TV, then they put them online for streaming for a week,
Yeah.
then take them off, and
We
just
should
put them
say,
back on
sorry,
whenever they want.
Jonas is an accomplished actor. This is what we're talking about.
Oh,
In
who
case you
doesn't
don't-
know this?
I mean, I have no idea.
Shocking.
Yeah, no, so we're talking about the stuff that he's in, in case that's not clear. So it's this TV show, it's like CSI, but German,
Yes,
as far as I can
that's
tell.
very true. That's very true.
But yeah, no, they just disappear off the interwebs.
Yeah.
But no,
Well-
your character is very kind of out of his depth,
Mhm.
which works, because obviously you're an internship on
Yeah.
the police thing.
Mhm. No, I think that is very interesting because, like, obviously, what then comes to mind is like, how much is that my making, or how much is that how like the director wanted me to act a certain scene, because like say for Play, I remember a lot of the directions I
Play
got.
is a film where he wears a VR headset and I don't know, does stuff.
I don't actually.
Never.
I never got to play.
Okay, but
in
you
the
are
game.
in the game.
Yes.
Well, so you do have one on. It's like Ready Player One, but 50 years in the past.
Yes, pretty much. It's a
Yeah.
I mean, it's a drama about gaming addiction.
Yeah, but anyway, continue.
Yes. No, but I remember that the direction I got most of the time was like do less. Like
Ooh.
yeah.
You're
So
just
I
sitting
think
there like,
no, but that's why I get that in a lot of the shots I am just like what seems to maybe be a blank face.
yeah, vacant.
And I think it is, especially in that project, quite interesting because most of what you see is a subjective experience of the main character who is losing her mind. And so, like, is it just because he's what you see, or is it because she doesn't know how to read him?
That went over my head when I watched it.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
that's totally fair. And I honestly, I only realized when I saw the film, and I was like, wow, there's actually so
Yeah.
much subjective experience of her.
They could have made
And that's
that a bit
why-
more obvious, I feel. Like, I'm all one for doing subtle things like that, but,
Mm.
like, I would definitely
Yeah.
work that over the course of the film, I feel.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
it's
true.
Not something I noticed at all. Like, apart from you playing hacky sack at the start, and then all of a sudden you just stand there like a idiot. Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
It's
but
definitely my
fair.
favorite scene.
But they're
of
the
all of them.
only two films I've seen of you as post beard.
It would it would be interesting for you to see more Tatort episodes.
Yeah. I'm sure if you have them.
I don't know.
Not officially.
No, I don't think I have them unofficially.
Oh.
Like maybe some of them are on YouTube.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, but I think it's interesting in terms of range. Whereas I know you're not like that in real life. You're fairly flexible. No, in terms of like you're elasticated would be the word I'd use. You know, there's people that are quite explosive and move a lot and like to dance.
Oh yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But no, you're
No.
not the kind of shy, blank, vacant person. So it's
No.
like, you know, when you see Michael Cera always playing the same awkward, 20-something-year-old
Yeah.
person. You kind of, there's enough films where you go, is that just him?
Is that just him?
Yeah, or Jesse Eisenberg, who is an
Is he just-
asshole
yeah.
in movies and in interviews all the time. And you go, he's definitely just a dick.
Or
Like, he's
what's
not a
his
nice
name?
person.
Mackie.
Mackie Novelli?
Falcon from...
who?
Falcon.
Falcon.
Marvel.
Oh, Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
He just doesn't seem like a nice person.
Yeah.
At all.
He's the same in the films as he is in the
In real
interviews.
life. And
So
he's
it's
not
like...
a nice guy. I don't know.
it
It
seems
just...
nice.
No, it
But
doesn't.
then you also... I wonder if they just also... You know, if they have that one character that they always act as in films,
Yeah.
if they just go like, okay, in all the interviews, I'm also just going to be that guy because
See, that's
no one
one
will
about
ever
Jesse
see
Eisenberg
me
as well, because he's very like analytical.
Yeah.
You can tell that, and I wonder if he's just like a nice guy. He's like, I'll just put it on because it gets that. But like, that doesn't help you get jobs. Sure, like Edward Norton, who is notoriously difficult to work with.
Mm.
But like,
Maybe
he's
they
not
don't
getting roles by
need more
doing that.
jobs.
Ed Norton's not in a lot these days, is he?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I think like you have one too many fights with the director, and people go, right, okay, jog on.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. It's like,
What Wesley Snipes in the third Blade film? Like,
I
here's your post-it
I
for the day.
can't believe that story.
Yes,
That
so
is
if you don't know, in
incredible.
Blade 3, Wesley Snipes communicated with the director through post-it notes because they
Only through
refused to
post-it
talk
notes.
to each other.
I wonder if they actually handed post-it notes to each
No,
other.
100% not. There was a runner. There's definitely a runner between
Imagine you're like, I'm getting paid to run
them. Run notes.
post-it
There was also a
notes
bit
from
where
one
they
to the
wanted
next.
him to like lie with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
He just refused to do it, so he just stood with his eyes open. So he CG'd like his eyelids down.
Wow.
And you're like, oh.
Or maybe they just waited for him to blink and used that as like a keyframe.
Pulled over. Oh,
That's
poor guy.
incredible.
Yeah, a bit of a mess.
Those stories, I live for them.
Yeah, but no, I think that's interesting about Harrison Ford. I definitely think he's like not my favorite actor by any means, but he's
Mhm.
got a charm about him that I think an Indiana Jones 5 could work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how we got onto that.
Yes.
Yes.
I wonder what that plot would be, though.
I presume it'll be a slightly tighter version of. Have you seen 4? The Crystal
Yes,
Skull. I think it'll
yes.
be a tighter version of that.
Okay.
So obviously, don't hand the reins over to Shia LaBeouf because that's a mistake. I honestly think Alden Ehrenreich.
Uh.
He's the guy that played Han Solo in Solo, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
There is, right, we also need to talk about this. There's Alden Ehrenreich,
Mm-hmm.
Ansel Elgort,
Yes. Baby
And-
Driver dude.
the other one. The guy in Kingsman. Aaron
Oh, yeah.
Eckhart? No.
Yeah. Whatever his name
Something.
is.
This is the
Yes.
thing. Those 3 actors all blew up in the scene at the same time. What are their names? It's mad.
With this, I do wonder, like, are those their actual names, or are they just, like,
I've never
different
actually
because they
checked.
don't want to sound like anyone else, and by accident they just
Yeah, they're
sound
just-
like each other?
So many vowels in all their names. Whenever I'm like, oh, have you seen that film with... It's one of these 3. I don't know which one's which,
Mm.
but I'm pretty sure it's Aaron Eckhart is
Mhm.
Solo.
Yes.
He did a really good... Like, I think he played Solo in his own way, but it was definitely
Mhm.
the same character.
Yes.
So I'd be more than happy
And
to
that's-
see
that's
those
brilliant
reins
because-
kind of get passed.
That's brilliant because you do recognize it being the same character, but different because it's a different time.
Yeah, and it's not an impression,
Yeah.
per se. But I think in terms of the same kind of way of being,
Mm-hmm.
it's very similar. So if they were to pass the Indiana Jones franchise across, if they said, this is your son, rather than Shia LaBeouf,
Mm-hmm.
I would buy that way more. Or just this is someone who's inspired by your adventures and like your kind of prodigy.
Oh.
There's definitely
That'd
room
be
there.
like a Batman and Robin kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the
Imagine
bad part about Solo.
Imagine if they did like a whole, they go on an adventure and halfway along comes out that he's the son.
But they did that with Shia already. So I was thinking, I think it would be weird to do 2 sons. But
Yeah. Especially because it would be so obvious.
it's also, yeah, they
If
did
they
it
look
halfway for the
alike, yeah.
adventure and Shia LaBeouf as well.
I did like that about Batman. No, not Batman. Jesus Christ, Spider-Man, the Tom Holland one.
What about it?
That whatever his name is, bad guy, is the father
Of the girl.
of the girl.
Falcon.
Like, that was smart.
That was cleverly done. It's also great to have Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Like,
Michael
he's-
Yeah.
yeah, no.
No,
fair
it's smart
enough.
because
It
it's
ties it all
definitely
together.
like, it's definitely like not something you would assume.
No. Oh, for sure.
And it's also like just in terms of story, it works because of that, and also a political or like social commentary on like what you would assume to be normal.
Oh,
You know?
wow.
Yeah. No,
There you
it's
go.
very smart.
Sure,
Like,
I think
so
it's just
smart.
good in that it ties the whole film together.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it definitely makes it whole like.
yeah, it's very, very clean.
Mhm.
No, that social stuff, I just... Like, I don't mind it being there.
No.
I definitely think, like, Spider-Man, it didn't... I mean, I'm sure I knew you were going with that point. But
Mm.
I don't think it tried to make that point forcefully.
No.
Like,
but
even there is a bit in Fantastic, going back
Uh-huh.
to that,
Oh yeah.
where, because her dad is Black Sue Storm,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, so you, like, adopted? And she's just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm like, if you're gonna do it, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be nice just to not have it. Like, we can infer... I don't know. It definitely didn't have
yes.
the point home, but it also isn't something that needs to be said. 'Cause imagine if you had that for...
Mm-hmm.
like, if you go back, I don't know, 10, 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
you could have a character going like, oh, are you gay? And they're like, yeah. And you kind of go, oh, okay, cool.
Mm.
Whereas these days, you just don't even need to say it. You know, you
Oh,
either
yeah.
show it in the film if it's important to the plot, or it's completely disregarded, and then J.K. Rowling will make a tweet 20 years later. And go, oh yeah, Dumbledore was gay.
I don't know. I didn't mind it at all. It felt natural to, like, he is curious. Like
Yeah.
he definitely wants to get to know her, and therefore
It's
like
just not a
ask
question I've ever
questions.
asked someone. It's like asking people where they're from. People get really offended by that. Especially like so
Really?
in Britain, you get there's a whole thing of
yeah.
like,
If it is that racial.
where are they from? And it's like, oh no, they'll say like Edinburgh, and it's like, no, but where's your family from?
Yeah.
I don't think that's got like
No,
if
that's a
someone
bad
asked
question.
me, I don't think I mind because I mean heck, my accent is not
Mm-hmm.
that Scottish.
Mhm.
I get asked a lot where I'm from, and I never really get offended. So I do get like it's the same kind of thing, but with no one's racist towards people with accents, whereas people are racist towards people with skin color. And I think
Yeah.
it's assumed to be racist
Mm-hmm.
when people ask. But I don't think it is a racially charged question. It's just people being curious about your past. And I said that very quickly. I apologize to all our German viewers.
All the German users.
But no, I think people are just curious and are trying to
Yeah.
do that. But I think maybe it's not the question to ask, and then just leave it not said would be the more progressive thing.
Interesting. I think like with them asking that question, that's definitely the way I would do it, for her to just say yes,
Yeah.
and then move on, because that's also like
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you wanted to draw attention to it, that'd be how I'd do it too.
mm,
I just think it's a shame that they felt they needed to.
mm.
It's like the Marvel thing where they go, "Here is all our female Avengers."
Yeah,
But I think that's so contradicted by the fact
and
that
it's-
they don't have an
yeah,
they don't have any female Avenger
Leads.
movie.
Yeah.
Like they got Black Widow, which took them to after Black Widow died to get that film out, and it's been delayed.
yeah,
but,
and
like-
Captain Marvel.
Oh,
But
yeah,
also like
well,
that
was
Captain
terrible.
Marvel was also then only made because they needed her to be in the last
In
film,
Endgame,
so
yeah.
it felt like no, okay.
It was an unnecessary thing.
no,
but
but
yeah, so I
definitely,
think it's
like-
kind of contradictory of them to be like, wow, look how progressive we are, but actually all of our leads are men.
Yeah. No, surely, I mean, in Fantastic, it would have been enough for Storm to just be like, here's my daughter, which he says at the science fair.
Yep.
Like, that should be enough as in, like,
We don't need to know any further.
It's his
about that.
daughter.
That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's true.
I just think films are better for me as escapism.
Mhm.
We don't need like it's fine to have like allegory or like when films take inspiration from other places. So actually, we watched District 9 the other night,
Yeah.
which, despite the director saying it's not, is definitely about apartheid.
It is definitely.
But it's also the plot works. Like it makes sense. If aliens came down and landed in a city, that's probably what would happen.
Yeah.
You know, sure, but it never hammers home and goes, "Here's the parallel." Whereas in Bright, the Netflix film,
Yeah.
they make a very big point of going, "This world is very similar to ours, except this time black people are orcs." And white and blacks get on well, which for LA, California, it becomes extremely obvious what's going on there.
Yeah.
If you look at like End of Watch, that's got the whole thing between a white and a Hispanic cop and their dynamic. It's the same film, far greater as Bright, but just
Yeah.
not hammered home. or make
No,
it the
because
point
you're-
of the film.
You're not being subtle. You're not being smart with your metaphor or allegory,
Yeah.
and then it just becomes super annoying because you're like, okay, I get it. I don't have to watch hours and hours of you trying to explain to me how things are.
Yeah, either make the film.
I know how things are in reality, and I figured this
Yeah.
out within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, either make the film about it, or just make the film blind escapism and do what you want. So actually, King Arthur was a really good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
That film's got a ton of like black knights and stuff,
Mhm.
which, if in the time period that that's roughly set around, because obviously it's fantasy,
No way.
it just wouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
But like, do what you want.
Yeah.
And there's no problem there. It's never commented on. It's just a diverse cast.
Yeah.
Props. Good for them. Whereas I think when they try and like tick boxes, it becomes very obvious. Whereas you just go, yeah, we're casting these people because they're good actors.
Yeah.
With that mindset, I think it doesn't come across.
I think it also
as-
works for King Arthur because there's a lot more fantasy going on than if it was like a more historically accurate.
Yes, I do
portrayal
want.
of
Did
that.
you watch Lady and the Tramp? The new
No,
one.
the new one, no.
So I'm pretty sure it's that film that is set
Oh yeah.
when segregation's like 1960s.
Mm.
But they make a point of having mixed race couples and
Mhm.
stuff. But the argument is there that actually, despite it being more family friendly and how the world should be,
Mm-hmm.
they should either set the film modern day
Mm-hmm.
or be historically accurate and do something with that.
Yeah.
Because
then
by
you can criticize
rewriting history,
it.
like that'd be like if you had a war film, but it's like, oh, but we're not going to make the Germans the baddies.
Yeah.
So they're going to have Jewish soldiers. They're not actually going to
Yeah.
be doing the whole final solution thing. You're like, sure, that'd be nicer, but
That's
you
not
can't
what happened.
do that. You
Yeah.
can't rewrite history, and I
No,
think that is
that's-
really important.
You're getting so close to all the neo-Nazis who are saying like, oh yeah, the Holocaust wasn't a thing, like it never happened.
Yeah, and
That's
you start,
incredibly
and
dangerous.
especially with the way America is now.
Mm.
I think their history is so important, and there's still a huge financial divide.
Yeah.
And if you say segregation wasn't a thing,
Mm.
this is how the world was, and these kids are growing up with these Disney films.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's really dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's one thing, okay, sure, we cast Beyonce in the new Lion King, but it's another to say, like, segregation just didn't happen.
Mm.
I think they've really got to watch that. Disney?
Wow.
I'm not a fan.
There's so many things that just came up. Honestly, we
No.
had no script for this.
We have
stream.
nothing. Honestly, well, I was in a good mood, and then the first version of this, which has been deleted and you'll never watch, but we had some technical issues, and I was just like, I'm done.
Mm.
So maybe that's why I'm a bit ranty at the moment. But
I don't think you're
I
ranty.
don't think I'm ranty. I think these are problems that should be addressed. It was like us
Oh,
for our
absolutely.
film. We cast actors that were right for the role. We didn't write roles to be diverse for the sake of it, which we could have easily done.
Yeah. Well,
Our main character is a female because it worked for the story, not because we were like, we need our main character to be a woman because ticking boxes. I think with
Yeah.
that mindset, even if your writing is the exact same, I think it'll come across like it is written. Like
yeah,
that.
I just had to laugh because obviously you can make the jump to be like, oh yeah, our main character is a woman because she needs to be vulnerable.
But that wasn't.
I'm
That
like-
wasn't the thinking behind it, and I think that shows in the film.
I think that's not necessarily the thinking behind it. And secondly, I would also be like, yeah, I think that just also that is very true because it adds to the drama of like a woman alone on the street.
Yeah, and also-
would be significantly more vulnerable.
In saying that as well, like we often talk about, so the way we walk to uni, if you're smart, you can figure out where we live for this. But there's a small alley next to
Triangle,
the hospital
Yeah.
that we walk through to get to uni,
Oh.
and you and I have no issue walking through that. I never even second guessed it.
Yeah.
Like it's lit, it's fine. But some of our friends are like, oh no, actually I don't want to come through that way on the way here, and I was like, why? That thing's always empty, but maybe that's the point.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I don't feel vulnerable at night in the dark.
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother me.
That's I mean, I've had this specific conversation like a good number of times already. It's just like a completely different basic mindset of
yeah.
feeling safe. Oof.
No.
It's
Yeah, for sure.
That's a heavy topic.
Yeah, I think before we get back into that though, or
Yeah.
we'll do that another time.
Maybe.
But
yeah.
in terms of representation in films, I think it's interesting that a lot of medieval films do still get criticized for having all white casts.
Mhm.
And I think there kind of needs to be a rejig on that. I would, if it was up to me, I would like to see films that are historically accurate, or trying to be kind of given a free pass, as it were, for casting. It
Yeah.
just
No, I think yeah. Either you're gonna be historically accurate in what you do. Say you have your Robin Hood, and there's gonna be a black actor in it because there's a
but that works.
black
You can have
character.
like Little John.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell a different part of history.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be like, okay, there were Asians and African slaves or whatever in European countries at that time. We're gonna tell a story about them,
But that's what I mean,
and
it
then
doesn't
you
suit your. So imagine in like well, let's take like Trainspotting. To take like a less extreme example. So Trainspotting is a film set in Edinburgh about heroin addicted people.
Yeah.
Now Edinburgh is one of the whitest cities in Britain.
Mhm.
Not because it's any racist. It's just it's not really a place where there's any
Mhm.
work. Like, you know, you kind of are from Edinburgh and work there, or not. There's not a huge amount of not like tourism. There's a lot of tourism, but there's not many people that live there of color.
Yeah.
So it would be weird to have half the cast
Yeah.
be black, but that's what films these days are kind of asking for. Like, oh, we need to tick all these boxes, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like, well, we don't have a ton of Asians living in Edinburgh. We don't have black men. Whereas if you're filming it in London, you know, like, so The Gentleman has a diverse cast, and that works because that London is a diverse city.
No, but if you go to like not medieval times, but say even 100 years ago.
Yeah.
No, but let's say medieval times, because you did have slave trade.
But I don't think you need to make the film about that. And if your film never really touches on that,
if it doesn't touch on that, then don't do it. But if you do want
the films are still being criticized. It's like Vikings. It's like, oh, it's an all-white cast. You're like, yeah, but
no, I definitely get that point. I definitely get that point. If you want to bring that in to
if you
tick
need
the
to
boxes,
if you need to tick the boxes, incorporate in the plot.
in a good way. If you want to tick the boxes in a good way, make that. Like, then have reason to have these people in there. Yeah.
I agree. But no, I think if it's not part of the plot, then don't make it. Like, just don't include it. You know, it's just weird and jarring when they do.
I think that's when you just get into, like, I'm feeling good about myself because...
Yeah. I think it shows in the film. You know, it's obvious that it's been written for that reason, not to make an actual story.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I think
yeah.
we will end it there.
Exactly.
Hopefully this has worked. Hopefully it's in sync. I will watch it back.
Lots to look forward to.
Out. I can't wait. It should be in 1080p. I'll have a play with Streamlabs because the chat's moved to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know if that side's better, actually. Maybe. Who knows?
Anyways.
But yeah, we will say bye! But then keep chatting for a bit because we actually have to...
We can do like that.